Hello and welcome to a special edition of Mind Rocks. I'm Gaurav Sawant. In early May this year, the Chinese army carried out perhaps its most brazen attempt to unilaterally change the line of actual control in Ladakh after the 1962 war. The Indian army and the Chinese armies are currently engaged in a dialogue to de-escalate at multiple friction points. But troops, tanks, fighter jets and missiles are all locked and loaded. The question is, can there be war between India and China? Two of the finest generals who've dealt with China directly in Ladakh join us on this special edition of Mind Rocks. It is my honor and privilege to welcome Lieutenant General D.S. Hooda, former Army Commander, Northern Command. The general, incidentally, was at the helm of affairs when India conducted the first surgical strike into Pakistan-occupied Kashmir post the Uri terror attack. It's also my privilege to welcome on the show Lieutenant General Rakesh Sharma, former Deputy Chief of Army Staff and former Fire and Fury Corps Commander. The general, incidentally, will shed light about how India has dealt with Chinese aggression at the LAC in the past in 2013-14. General Hooda, let me begin by coming to you, sir. Has China come prepared in your appreciation for a conflict, or only to coerce us, bully us into accepting a new line of actual control?
Gaurav, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here on Mind Rocks. Coming to your question, Gaurav, when any country contemplates, the use of military force in order to carry out coercion, and in this case, they are apparently doing that, and trying to pressurize India by crossing the line of actual control at numerous locations, then obviously there's always that thing at the back of your mind that you have to be prepared in case, the situation escalates and it leads to some kind of conflict. So therefore, there are adequate forces to be able to deal with some kind of a limited conflict between India and China. They have not come prepared, Gaurav, for a full-scale conflict, because then that would actually have meant that you would have seen maybe at least twice the number of forces that are there. 4 to 5 divisions would have actually come in.
At least twice, if not more. Yes.
Yeah. So certainly they are prepared for a limited.
That's a very interesting point you're making here, and for the benefit of our young viewers, it's very important. If China came for conflict, it would require maybe double or triple the number of troops it has currently brought to the line of actual control. General Sharma, is China then playing mind games, perhaps to test India's resolve to protect our territory from salami slicing? Because as General Hooda pointed out, as you have talked about this in the past, with 2 divisions, what can China actually do when we have equal, if not more forces in Ladakh, General Sharma?
Hey, thank you, Gaurav, for inviting me. The fact of the matter is that even before he went into the operations in Galwan and in other areas, he had already deployed his forces and he brought it down from Xinjiang and Tibet, and he had these 2 divisions. So he was prepared for an escalation of some kind, also to provide support in case things go wrong. So there was a preemptive in his mind as to things can go wrong, and he prepared himself for it. That's the reason he selected the places that he selected, which is Galwan, where he knew that the LAC was undecided, and Pangong Tso Finger 4, where he knew we will react violently. So actually, it is a game plan that he has been following for some time, and I think his time has come for him to show himself to be more assertive all over. So it was, I would say that the areas that he's contacted us in on Eastern Ladakh are manifestations of a larger game plan, a strategy behind it, which tends to contest and tends to tell the world and also India that we are ready now to take on, and there is a new alignment of forces. So this is a manifestation of the larger strategy that he's been showing.
Very interesting. And does that mean that the balloon can go up? Does that mean that India and China can have either a limited skirmish or maybe a bigger conflict, if not a full-fledged war in the Himalayas? General Hooda, this standoff has been on for over 2 months now. China only wants the frontline troops to disengage. De-escalation perhaps for a couple of kilometers. Is all of this, in your appreciation, just superficial? Do you see this as a lull before the storm, perhaps in October, November, or sometimes next year?
I think, Gaurav, a lot will depend on how the situation unfolds from here. You see the current disengagement that has taken place around Hot Spring, PB 15, 17, 14. These are areas where the LAC was sort of not contested. I think there was an acceptance on both sides as to where exactly the LAC lies. We are now going to get into the more difficult, task of talking about the area of Pengong. So as Jan Sharma brought out, it's an area that both sides have been claiming, and there is a similar situation in Depsang Plains. So I think a lot will depend on how negotiations go from here. Obviously, our position is a restoration of status quo ante, which is that the Chinese must go back behind the LAC as we perceived it, Finger 8 and the LAC in Depsang. Will that immediately happen? I don't know. I think it will take some tough negotiations. So whether the situation further escalates, whether it calms down completely, Gaurav, is how China behaves. And if they don't behave well and they still want to put pressure on India, I think there are no options but for India to look at all avenues that are open to it.